when we were up in Jackson Hole.
When you and Amy were...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like...
When I proposed to her there.
Yeah, we were like the best friends for the summer.
Yeah.
We spent like every minute together that
Yeah.
summer. And I was just like, I love her so much.
She's amazing.
She came back and she's like, they proposed to me. And she's like, he was really honest. He said, I've had these experiences in my past, but that's all behind me. And, you know, XYZ. You know, and I was dealing with the same things. And then I knew other people that were married that were dealing with the same things. And
What did you say to her?
She asked me, she's like, she was asked, because she
I think I remember her saying she
asked
talked to
Katie,
you about it.
yeah. And she said she asked me, and she's like, what do you think? And I'm like, I was closed about it. I was taking everything on faith from what I've been told my whole life.
Yeah.
But I was like, you should marry him. I was like, you should marry him. I was like, from the time that I've spent with Dave, he's earnest, he's honest, and if he says he can do it, he can do it. You know, if he believes that, then he's gonna do it. And I was like, it. You know, and in my own mind, I was like, hoping against hope too.
Yeah.
That it is just, this is a conditional state, and it's just a matter of willpower. And I was trying to believe all those things too. And so taking all those things on faith that I had been told, I was like, you know, Dave's, you know, if anyone can do it, he can do it. So I was like, yeah, you should marry him. If we're being told that is possible, then you guys could make it possible.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think there's, if everything we're told is true, then there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
I was like,
wow.
I think you guys can do it. And then I was like, later, like, when you guys are going through everything, and then, like, later, like, after you got divorced, and now I'm like, oh, I gave such bad advice. It's just like, I was like, but I didn't know better. It seems like there's just, like, so much pressure. Like, pressure from your family, pressure about what are you going to do about, and the age that you are when you're, the age that you are when you're going through that.
Well, when I talked to her before, you know, when I proposed to her and told her, from what I remember, I said, I've had some experiences with guys, but it's not going to be an issue in our marriage. That's what I remember. At least that's the lore, because that's the story that I tell when I tell it. I think it was close to that.
And you believed it.
I did believe it. But what I thought I was saying to her was, I'm not going to cheat on you. Because you hear, you know, there were all these stories of married men who would cheat. And so that was sort of forefront in my mind. That's what I thought the big issue was if I got married to her. And so that's what I felt like I was saying to her. I'm not going to cheat on you. But of course there's all these other factors that play into a relationship that I couldn't have foreseen, you know. So, you know, that I did accomplish that. But I've now been married to a woman for 7.5 years, and I have been in a relationship with a man for almost that exact same amount of time. And the idea, for my experience, has been that there's ways that it's different, but there's, in my opinion, a lot more ways that it's similar. I'm not telling people to go out, if you're gay, get married to a woman. I'm not saying that, because in a lot of ways it's an inequitable companionship. But having said that, a relationship's a relationship too. And, you know, my relationship with a man wasn't perfect just because it was with a man, you know. So
of course,
you know. So I'm just saying, you know, when I first got divorced, and I was thinking about what my options were. I didn't get divorced to necessarily to come out, although that's what happened. But I got divorced because my wife and I both felt like it wasn't what we wanted. And but then I felt like I really considered my options. Like I thought about what would my life look like if I was celibate, or what would my life look like if I got married to another woman, you know. And for me, I felt like I really honored those options for.
So why didn't you choose them?
I think I knew at the heart of it that that the fact that I was gay was what made me unsatisfied in my marriage. So getting married to another woman wasn't going to change the fact that I was gay. And I think I just sort of knew that not ever being in another relationship was not what I wanted. And, I think deep down, probably knew everything. Like, I knew everything that I know now. But I just, it took steps to uncover it, if that makes sense. Like, when I say there was a time when I knew I was attracted to him, but I didn't know that I was gay, probably deep down I knew I was gay, but it wasn't in my consciousness. I just sort of didn't allow myself to feel that. In the Mormon church, there's such an emphasis on, this was the crux of it for me, there's such an emphasis on perfecting one's self. So that when you're completely 100% involved in that journey, it's hard to take time out and take breaks from that to say, but I also like who I am right now, and I'm satisfied with who I am right now. Like, I just always, and it wasn't just the Mormon church, like, when I was younger, I was insecure like everybody was, and my way to deal with that was, I'm going to make myself better, so that if I got teased in junior high, I'm going to turn myself into a person who doesn't get teased. That was sort of how my junior high brain dealt with it.
Right.
And then certainly the Mormon church, supported that theory, because there's this idea that you eventually become like God, but in order to become like God, you have to continue to perfect yourself and become better and get rid of your problems and your faults. And so I think I just was consumed with this idea that I could become exactly who I thought that I was supposed to become. I think probably the greatest point of crisis for me was being married, because I felt like I was really affecting another person's life, not just my own. Like, the choices that we were making were having a huge impact on somebody else. And when I say not like cheating or anything, but what I wasn't able to give to the marriage because I was gay.